Hello, welcome back to Cybersecurity 101. I'm your trainer, Mike. In this lesson, we'll cover an area of cybersecurity that most people don't think about protecting, the physical security of your cyber technologies. Cyber physical security is the branch of cybersecurity that is concerned with protecting and securing the physical entities and devices in your world. These are non-cyber entry points. These are real-world points of failure that could lead to a cyber attack or disruption of networking systems or loss of use. These entry points become points of failure when one point or node in the system fails or is attacked, therefore bringing down the entire system. Entry points don't have to be devices and technology either. It can be non-technology events that cause an entry point failure. We will go over several entry points that can leave you vulnerable to attack, theft, and disruption of normal operating status. Trust me, when hackers, thieves, and criminals gain entry, it can cause a disruption in your world. The following best practices should be learned and followed to avoid a physical cyber attack or disruption of services. Some of these seem like common sense, but you have no idea how many times people forget these things. On your laptop, your mobile device, cell phone, smartphone, use the lock function. Go down to the button, hit lock when you walk away. Use the swipe function on your cell phone. Don't walk away from a logged on computer or email account, even for a few minutes. It only takes seconds for a criminal or dishonest person to steal your personal information from an unsecured computer. I mentioned that swipe on your cell phone. Use that swipe or keyed access function on your cell phone or tablet. Some new smartphones actually have facial recognition or fingerprint recognition. So use that if you have it. Don't connect to public, unsecured, or unknown Wi-Fi hotspots. Unsecured means not password protected and or authorized by the establishment you're visiting. If you're in a cafe and you have a Wi-Fi, ask for the password. Click on the one that actually has a password. Cyber criminals can actually create fake Wi-Fi hotspots with similar sounding names to legitimate Wi-Fi access points. For example, if your coffee shop is called Central Perk, Friends reference, and their Wi-Fi password is Mocha, and you find another one, it's called Central Perk, but it's spelled differently, but almost exactly the same with no password. That could be a hacker, an unsecured Wi-Fi. It might not be, but it could be. Criminals can actually use this to intercept your login credentials, bank account numbers, and other sensitive data. Don't conduct business transactions over public access points, even if they're secured. It may be legitimate, it may be password protected, but not every business or employee is honest. Don't share your bank account information with strangers. Don't download suspicious attachments. Don't visit tort websites. Don't file share. For one thing, it's dangerous. It can have, viruses. It could be other nasty malware. Another, file sharing of movies, music, and other media is intellectual property theft and is against the law. The FBI does prosecute these events. And you can also be expelled from school if found doing that on school property and with school technology. Install multi-factor authentication. That's a mouthful right there, isn't it? Install multi-factor authentication on your mobile devices and accounts. Many web and email portals provide this in their security systems. This requires a combination of normal password entry and a physical step. A physical step can either be inserting a key fob or USB into the computer that recognizes the user and allows access. Or authentication can be accomplished with a short code that is sent via text message or a push notification to your smartphone. And it's linked to your phone and to your SMS text messaging system. What happens if you don't have your smartphone with you, or you're in an area where you don't have good service and you can't get a cell signal? Many multi-factor or two-factor companies provide a list of pre-created access codes for just that reason. You might have 5, you might have 6, depends on the company, that you can keep with you that you can punch in a hurry. You might work in a basement, in a building. You might be having a computer lab in the basement, no access to a 4G network. What you're going to do? You're going to type in that spare password. Especially if you live on campus, lock your dorm room. If you have roommates in an apartment complex, lock your bedroom. If you have a house, lock your house, lock your doors. You may be a trustworthy person, but some of your fellow students and neighbors might not be, and they can break in, and you could lose your nice brand new laptop or tablet or television or whatever. It'd be easy pickings for a thief to walk away with, including all your data that's on your computer or any homework assignments that you've been working on. Speaking of laptops and cell phones, don't store them in your car. Take them with you. For one thing, cars heat up with heat, and they're not heat and electronic devices are not a good combination. Thieves can smash and grab, steal your electrical devices, and there you go. You're out of your laptop. Invest in a laptop lock to anchor your computer to a large stationary object like your desk or your workstation. It may look silly, it might not be cool looking, but a thief can't walk off with your device then. Don't store sensitive data and files on unsecured thumb drives or unencrypted folders. These documents may have your personal information such as social security numbers, home addresses, tax ID numbers, bank account, credit card account numbers written on them or in them. So be careful with that. Encrypt your folders, encrypt your files, password protected, and don't leave them out in the open for, someone just to walk by and grab. Speaking of untrustworthy people, be careful about throwing away old mail such as bills and bank statements. This is not so much cybersecurity, but just good security. Dumpster diving criminals can steal your identity with just a few pieces of information from looking through your trash. Invest in a shredder or go to shredding parties that many campuses and organizations have. Shred that unwanted mail or documents that may have sensitive data on them. Back up your good files on a remote hard drive and or a trusted cloud provider, so you have the option to erase your laptop remotely. This, can save you from disaster. If you get a new laptop or smartphone and you have data information on the old one, completely wipe clean or as best possible any old devices before you turn them in or throw them away. It's best to return them to the manufacturer or donate them to places like Best Buy or other tech businesses. They can refurbish them and give them to charities. But make sure that you take care of your sensitive data. This can actually lead into the social media footprint lesson about not storing compromising or embarrassing pictures or videos on unsecured devices or cloud services. Don't become a victim of accidental leaked photos. Remove or rewrite SIM cards or SD cards from your mobile device before you dispose of it. Fully clean it, erase it. This last one should be common sense, but keep all virus and malware protections up to date and active on all of your devices. Run reboots. Reboot your computer at least once a week, so you'll get those updates. Don't let this lax because it could cause problems. Hackers are out there to do nefarious things. You need to protect your investment, your time, your effort, and don't let hackers and cyber criminals steal what you've worked so hard for. You are all starting a process here at County Community College, whether it's a 2 year, 4 year, or a short certificate course. We want you to be safe while working here, doing classes. We want you to be safe in the cyber world. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next lesson.